And welcome back to week 2, our next series around collaboration, the ins and the outs and the upside downs of why we collaborate, how we collaborate, and the best way to collaborate. So we're talking this month about our CoLabs, our co-laboratories, if you will, that we are instigating in order to demonstrate that we are looking after each other and helping each other and sharing. That's a little indicator, but also it's a great place to try stuff out. It's a petri dish, like a laboratory, to help you. So last week we looked at why we have them. And this week we're going to be looking at what happens in a CoLab. So as I mentioned briefly at the end of last week's session, there is a weekly touch base. Now, don't forget, because it's a laboratory, you can do anything you like with these 2 people. Make it legal. You can do anything you like, but we are suggesting at the minimum, you touch base every week. That's a quick text or a WhatsApp. Hi, are you alive? You okay? Everything going all right? And the next thing is once a month you have, and I would suggest the same time every month, the first Monday of the month at 7 p.m, the last Tuesday of the month at, an hour after the CoGlow meeting, whatever it happens to be, but keep the same time every month and you just have this hour, sacrosanct hour. If you choose for it to go on longer because stuff is working and it's coming together and you think it's a great idea, then brilliant. But at the very minimum, do that hour and use the suggested agenda to start the ball rolling. You don't have to keep to it all the time. If you are already a coach, a leadership coach, or a purpose coach, or culture coach, or whatever it is that you do, you can, sorry, brain went slightly there. You can use an agenda. You can create your own agenda, or you can try stuff out. It is this place of what else could we do to make it better? And then if you hit upon something that's like, it's amazing, then please share. Our Luminaries have a meeting once a quarter, and it's bringing stuff back to the table to go, well, this went really well and that didn't work so good, and so that we can hone it. This organization that we are in is yours. It's yours to mold and to shape, not only for the benefit of us who are currently here, but for all of those still to come. And also for the humanity that we want to come in and share this culture so that we can make our world a better place. Now, if our culture isn't working, then that's not going to happen. Right? We're not going to be able to change governments and stop wars and end poverty if we can't even have conversations ourselves. If we get umpy about things, if we can't deal with one person in the community, how are we going to make any radical changes outside of our community? So that's why we've got these 3s, and there will be always, at some point, somebody will be with someone that doesn't light their fire. And it's how we choose to deal with that. Now, ultimately, of course, you can change. Nobody's going to say you can't change. But what I find really fascinating is the people that I initially wouldn't get on with, wouldn't choose to go to the pub with, actually I find the most fascinating. So the people that have a very slow way of talking, if we go back to what James Knight tells us about identify, modify, adapt, this is your place to practice that. You can identify other people's colors from IMA, you can adapt how you talk and how you speak, and you can teach them how to do the same. So for me, when I talk to someone who speaks quite slowly, I could initially find that quite irritating because I'm, as you can tell, quite excited, quite excitable. But by slowing down and by allowing and surrendering to the person in front of me and choosing to be fascinated by what they tell me, I always learn something about myself usually. And then I see them in a new light. So if I have a little trigger that's just, I come back from that going, okay, this is another human being first, remember? We love them, we trust them, we respect them. And you can overcome 99.99999% of any issues that you have in your collab with somebody that rubs you up the wrong way. Ultimately, we want harmony within the whole community. So touch base and do your monthly get together. Choose your agendas, try stuff out, share stuff with us at the monthly meetings. Hey, we had this, we did that, we were using WhatsApp, but now we're using something else. Whatever it is, let us know how it's going, because one, we then know that you're giving it a go and that you're actually participating in this massive organizational experiment, but also it's sharing your knowledge and your experience. So if it is your thing that you go, well, that agenda's great and we've done that, but actually I can make it even better, please be my guest. One of the things that came from the agenda is to consider how we speak. Not so much how. We don't need to put our tongue between our teeth and do the Queen's English, because obviously we're a global organization. Clearly, we need to speak clearly, we need to enunciate, but that's not what I'm talking about. It's the words that we use. Think about the language that we use. If you are in the habit of saying, oh, I'll try and ring you tomorrow, try and ring you tomorrow. In my world, when somebody says, I'll try and ring you tomorrow, they're not going to ring. I just take it for granted. They're not going to ring. And it means that I will now have to ring them the day after. So get into the habit of seeing the words that you use and how they disempower you. Because if you're saying try, people are making subliminal choices about who you are. Interesting, isn't it? You might not realize it. And people that have done a lot of work on their own language will be noticing other people's language a lot. And I'm not saying that there are some people that are infallible. And I don't want anyone to be in judgment about how somebody uses words, but can we encourage each other, especially in the CoLabs, to use empowering words, to use empowering language that will support our mindset as well as our emotional well-being, to be in control of everything. We are not, I mean, the British are very good at self-deprecating. It doesn't do you any service. Oh, I'm rubbish at that. Oh, I'm not very good at that. Oh, don't mind me. Why would you say that? We do mind you. We mind you very much. We love you very much. So you shouldn't say that, okay? Be the person that sees those little things in other people, that self-deprecating language, and calls them on it. So why would you say, don't mind me? Of course I mind you. I love you. You're a very important person. You're part of my CoLab. I want to mind you. Do you see? And then that person's going to feel, oh, yeah, I didn't realize I said that. Because we do it subconsciously, unconsciously, all the time. So I've just done a thing, then somebody will tell me about that as well. Okay, so new language, new empowerment, new thinking, try and take those on board. You're going to have two other people that are going to be sharing their insights, and you'll either be going with them or against them, but not in a negative, in a, why don't I like that? Let's unpack that. That feels a bit peculiar to me. Let's see if we can unpack that. Not from a point of view, oh no, I've done some work on myself and I know that you shouldn't be saying that. There's no right or wrong. It's just something that you go, oh, can I say something that might make you see that in a different light? I don't know if it will, but this is something that I'm thinking about. You come to any situation that feels a little bit different to you, but come with compassion and love. So on a logistical space, in a CoLab, we do want you to help each other practically as well as emotional support. So for example, if you're someone in your CoLab is doing great work and you're really impressed with them and they're amazing at what they do, well, go find them a referral, but say to them, I've got a couple of people that I think I might refer that to you to. What's the first thing I should say? How should I broach it? Because the person that you want to refer has been getting clients for years. So they know the magic. They know what should be said. Where if you go and talk to somebody and go, oh, I'm not really sure what they do. I think they do this thing. Oh, no, I've got someone like that. I know. No, I'm good. You've lost the referral. So go to the person first and say, I'm going to go and refer you. I'll ask them first if they have permission that I can link you guys up. But what should I say? Tell me how to get them really interested in what you do. Because I love what you do. I think you're amazing. But give me the words. What language do you use? Give me a phrase that might pull them in so that they would want to desperately work with you. So for sure, give each other referrals. Fantastic, especially in the 15, because hopefully if the luminary is looking after 5 groups of 3, they will organise at some point a get together for all of you, whether it's live, maybe going to park for a picnic or going down a pub somewhere, or simply doing it on Zoom, depending on how far away you all are. They will maybe once or twice a year, you'll all get together and you might be able to refer each other. So it's a definite, have that radar going. How can I help this person? Referral. Okay, let me see who's in my little index. All right, I know you don't do that anymore. You don't do the Rolodex, but who's there? And also, if you think, oh, I don't know anybody, this person's got such an unusual career, and not in my circle of reference at all. But you know what? I love who they are as a person. Their heart is enormous. They help so many people. It's just, I'm going to leave them a testimonial. And you can, LinkedIn, Facebook, on their website, wherever they want it, Google, Amazon review, whatever. Ask them where they want it and what they would like. But then if you're not sure about what they do, you can give them a testimonial on who they are and who they're being. And that is a huge asset as well. And they will love you for it. And obviously, in turn, they would reciprocate. So yeah, just sharing knowledge. And of course, if you are sharing a similar market, why not have a collaboration? Do something together that you bring your potential clients, they bring their potential clients, you amalgamate them and do a website, a webinar or workshop or something together and see what comes from that. That's great. That would be lovely if we got all little dots all over the place doing some work together. I think within the CoLab, it's a given that you're going to have emotional support. Don't let it be one-sided. Don't let you be the person giving all the time. And don't you be the person taking all the time. It's very easy, and I'll put my hand up, that I'm not very good at taking. I'm like, no, I'm good. We'll talk about you because you're more interesting. Let's talk about you. But when you scratch beneath the surface, I need the help, same as anybody else. And I'm blessed that there are a few members in the community that ring me up every so often. And the question is, nothing important, how are you? And that's all. To make sure that it's a 3-way gift of how you can support each other, and just be there. If you know they've got a big contract coming up, a little text to say good luck. If you know that maybe one of their families in hospital or under the weather, or they've had a bereavement, little card in the post, just something that's letting them know that you care. A little demonstration of my heart is with you today. Even if it's just an emoji, it makes the world of difference. So be there for them. Problem solving is a great one, because if you're thinking about, oh, I've got this problem, can't solve it, and you talk to somebody else and the two of you going, oh no, still can't solve it. You get a third person in. It's so true. 3 people make the magic happen. The book that's coming out, Together We Can Do Something Wonderful, is all about the magic of 3. And when there are 3 people there, all of a sudden, it just builds on each other. So when you think you've got something going on that's unsolvable, irrefutably, nobody can do that. You put 3 people together and you'll find the stepping stones. You might not get to the bang, that's it, done it, nailed it, but you'll get the stepping stones to get you closer to what you want. So use that CoLab. Hey guys, I've got this problem. Can you help? Whatever that might be. And don't forget, if the 3 of you are close but not close enough, you go to your luminary. And your luminary can put it out to the rest of his teams. And then he can take it to another luminary who can put it out to his teams. So this is the way we hope to have this massive matrix of connections. I mean, you can go on the platform and put down, hey guys, I've got this problem. But sometimes it's tumbleweed because people don't always go on there every day and you might need something quicker. So asking specifically in your CoLab to your luminary, and then they would ask out, it's going out there, and you put it on the platform as well. So for sure, use it, because these people astound me at how clever they are. This whole community have got some amazing, if you listen to any of the podcasts, you've probably worked out by now, not only have they lived through some amazing lives, but they are also with their heart doing some amazing work and have such talent. Your CoLab is a great starting place to find out if you've got a problem that needs solving. Not, of course, forgetting the Q&A session on a Thursday. And it is a great place for you to grow. Look at it as your place where you're being watered and fed and looked after and nurtured. And yes, you might be in a masterclass or a mastermind somewhere else, and you might be learning on an online course for a year, or you might be, but that's quite insular. This is a three-way learning. And as I say, that is truly where the magic happens. Can't emphasize it enough. Okay. Next week, we are looking at how can it work for you? What can you do within your CoLab to really make it explode into something awesome? I'll see you next time.